Captain Rick Shelford scours the grounds for his 25,000 pounds of fair dive amidst violent and confused seas.
The Bering Sea has always been merciless. Waves like mountains, winds that cut like knives. But now, something far darker is surfacing. For years, the men of Deadliest Catch defied death to bring us the world's most dangerous reality show. They battled storms, ice, and fear itself. Yet behind the cameras, a horrifying secret was brewing. One that could end everything. What really happened out there? Why is Deadliest Catch being shut down after more than 20 seasons? From tragic deaths to shocking revelations, the truth is colder than the sea itself. Stay tuned. This is the story Discovery Channel doesn't want you to hear. When Deadliest Catch first premiered on April 12, 2005, it was unlike anything television had seen before. Audiences were mesmerized by the raw, untamed beauty of the Bering Sea, where crab fishermen fought for survival while battling monstrous waves, freezing waters, and sleepless nights. It wasn't acting. It wasn't fiction. It was life or death captured on camera. Every cast member risked everything to catch the coveted Alaskan king crab and snow crab, treasures that could make or break an entire season. The danger was real, and that's exactly why the world couldn't look away. The Bering Sea, that icy border between North America and Asia, was named after the Danish explorer Vitus Bering, but sailors know it by another name: the graveyard of ships. Its temperatures drop as low as 34 degrees, its tides shift violently, and beneath its deceptively calm surface lie shallows that can turn a boat into wreckage in seconds. It's a place of breathtaking beauty and unrelenting cruelty, where one wrong move can mean vanishing without a trace. Yet every year, these men return. For them, it's not just about the money. It's about pride, tradition, and survival. But with fame came something else: scrutiny, exhaustion, and tragedy. What began as a story of courage soon became a saga of heartbreak and loss. Over the years, death seemed to stalk the cast of Deadliest Catch like a shadow. Some were claimed by the violent storms of the Bering Sea, others by quieter, deadlier battles, addiction, illness, and despair. Fans began to whisper about the curse of the Bering Sea, a dark force that seemed to punish anyone who dared to challenge its frozen depths. One of the most haunting stories belongs to Dehanand Dean Gribble Jr., a fisherman whose name became forever tied to tragedy. On December 31, 2019, his vessel, the Scandies Rose, set out for what was supposed to be another routine crabbing season. But that night, disaster struck. The ship collided with floating ice and sank into the freezing Black Sea. 7 men went into the water. Only Dean Gribble Jr. and John Lawler survived. Rescued by the U.S. Coast Guard, they were pulled from the icy waves, half-frozen and near death. The rest, including the captain and his son, were never found. For Gribble, surviving the Bering Sea wasn't triumph. It was torment. The ocean spared his life but took his spirit. He left the show and later shared his story under the name King Krabbe, forever marked by the sea's merciless grip. Then there was Scott Campbell Jr., captain of the Seabrook, born and raised on the water. From season 7, he became a fan favorite for his sharp instincts and fearlessness. But the sea that built him also broke him. Years of brutal labor left him with crippling back pain. By season 10, he could no longer continue. Yet, refusing defeat, he rebuilt his life on land with Cordova Coolers, later Cordova Outdoors, before returning stronger aboard the Lady Alaska, a true comeback story of resilience. And while one captain rose, another battled fate. Wild Bill Wickrowski, the legendary captain of the Summer Bay, faced his toughest storm yet, prostate cancer in 2023. But even that couldn't sink him. He fought through treatment, declaring, "I'll keep going until I can't." In 2025, he announced he was cancer-free. Against all odds, Wild Bill had conquered both the sea and life itself. Yet, not every story from the show ends with redemption. One of the strangest tales is that of Joshua Tell Warner, a deckhand who appeared in Season 5 aboard the Wizard. To his crewmates, Warner was just another rookie learning the ropes. But off camera, he was leading a double life as a bank robber. Between filming sessions, he robbed multiple banks in Oregon, even bragging about it to his fellow fishermen, who thought he was joking. When the FBI finally caught up with him in 2009, Warner was sentenced to 9 years in prison. It was one of the most shocking revelations in reality TV history. The fisherman who fished by day and robbed banks by night. Beyond the personal tragedies, a far greater crisis was unfolding in the icy heart of the Bering Sea itself. The one thing that had fueled the world of Deadliest Catch, the crabs, was vanishing. Climate change had begun to rewrite everything. The once thriving populations of king crab and snow crab were disappearing at alarming rates. And by 2023, the US government had no choice but to intervene. Strict new regulations were put in place to protect what remained, but for the fishermen, it was devastating. For Discovery Channel, it was a crisis that struck at the very heart of its most iconic show. Without crabs, there could be no catch. And without a catch, there could be no Deadliest Catch. Rumors of cancellation spread fast. Some believed the show had finally run its course, weighed down by years of tragedy, addiction, and loss. Others insisted it was cursed, doomed by the very sea that made it famous. But Discovery wasn't ready to surrender. In August 2025, the network revived the show once again, turning its focus toward new species: golden king crab, Verdi crab, and cod. The spirit of survival lived on, though many couldn't help but wonder if it was wise to keep tempting fate in waters that had already claimed so much. The remaining captains pressed on, but time was beginning to leave its mark. Years of battling storms and sleepless nights had taken their toll. Among them stood Sig Hansen, the man fans called the King of the Bering Sea. For over 2 decades, he had been the beating heart of Deadliest Catch, the fearless leader whose grit and determination defined what it meant to be a fisherman. But even legends are mortal. In 2018, while filming yet another treacherous season, Hansen suffered a massive heart attack at sea. Chaos erupted as crew members and producers scrambled to save his life. Still, Sig Hansen refused to slow down. For him, the sea wasn't just a workplace. It was part of his soul. The roar of the waves, the bite of the cold wind, the endless horizon. All of it was home. He understood the risks better than anyone, but, like every true fisherman, he believed that some storms were worth facing. The sea had tested him, broken him, and nearly taken his life. But it had also given him purpose, and so he returned to it, again and again. After 20 seasons, Deadliest Catch has become more than just a television show. It's a living chronicle of human endurance, a reflection of how far people will go in the pursuit of survival. Behind every crab haul and every crashing wave lie stories of fathers, sons, and brothers who risk everything for one more chance at the catch. The fame came with a price: broken bodies, lost friends, and nights haunted by the sea. Some call it addiction, others call it destiny. But for these men, the Bering Sea isn't a curse, it's home. And no matter how many storms come, they will always find their way back to it. But as the waves keep rising and the crabs keep disappearing, one question remains. Should Deadliest Catch continue? Has the sea taken enough? Or do these fishermen still have one last story to tell? Some fans say the series should finally rest, that the deaths, scandals, and heartbreak are too heavy to ignore. Others believe that ending it would dishonor the spirit of those who gave their lives for it. Maybe that's what makes Deadliest Catch so powerful. It's not about the fish, or the fame, or the fortune. It's about resilience. It's about humanity's refusal to surrender, even when the ocean itself seems determined to swallow them whole. The storms will rage, the waves will rise, and the men who call the Bering Sea home will keep returning, driven by the same hunger that started it all. Because courage doesn't fade with time. It endures. The sea might take everything from them, but it will never take their spirit. And as long as there are men willing to risk it all, the legacy of Deadliest Catch will never truly die. What do you think? Is Deadliest Catch cursed? Or is it the greatest test of human strength and survival ever filmed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible true stories from the edge of the world. Thanks for watching.